Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Sunshine Study. It is joyous to be with you. I'm Dr. Rebecca, the Lifejoy coach and author, and today we've got 5 top tips to calm down a busy brain, to switch it off. Now, the first thing I wanted to say is question the question. Is busy all right? Is your brain all right? Do you feel you're pressuring yourself and that you're probably going at a very reasonable pace? And that's fine. Being creative, productive, and using all the talents you have is a great thing. So just question the question first. But if it is too busy and it's having unpleasant consequences for you, is it affecting your sleep, your well-being, your peace, your health? Then maybe there's something we can do. And I always work with the maxim of trying to make things a bit less bad, then stability, then a bit better. Not massive overnight transformations. Slow and steady wins the race. So if you're feeling a little bit too busy, here are some thoughts. Number 1, what is your evening routine? Because we need to settle our brains down like we need to start them up in the morning. But there needs to be a pattern so we know what to expect. What is good for little babies and little children is usually good for adults. Regulated sleep, organised structure, good food, good water, good daylight, good movement, good people. It's all true for little ones and it's true for us. So morning routines are very big and get up at 5 a.m. and go through an ice bath and do all the things. But really, a quiet, consistent sleep routine is your greatest asset. So I'm always start the sleep. So think about how you would like to wind down at night. Now, that may be a multitude of different ways, but it needs some thought from you because you know you best. I find that if I stop work at a certain time, I do not go back on my email, although sometimes I do. It's a secret, but I do. Or my messages, but then think about, what would you like to do? Would you like to read? Would you like to go in the shower? Would you like to have a bath? Would you like to chat to somebody? Would you like to watch something nice? Would you like to meditate? Would you like to say prayers? What would be a wise routine for you? And here's the routine of calming down the brain. Make it as simple and as easy as it's possible to be. Make it so simple that it's laughable. And that to me would start with a bedtime, that you are in bed ready to go to sleep. Washed, fed, clean, all calm by a certain time. And I have gradually worked that time backwards and backwards so that I'm trying to now be in at 10, and that is my optimum sleep time. If it's 10:30, 11:15, I miss my sleep train and then it's just all of a mess. So a good night's sleep starts first thing in the morning. You set an intention and you carry it out. It also means you have some daylight, especially early morning if you can, and that you also think about that you will have a calm brain. Just nudge yourself forward with that. So sort out your evening routine is my top tip. My second tip is to stop work or stop whatever you're doing that makes the brain busy at a certain time. That might be an alarm on your phone to remind you. It might be a pattern, a ritual. You might close a laptop. You might put your phone in another room. You might go in another room. You might get a shower. Just a symbolic transition is often very helpful. I used to have a friend who used to come in from work, get showered, get completely changed, and then they would just leave it all at the front door. These are very simple things, but very profound. And these things work on whatever level of health you have, because you can generally move yourself at some level mentally, physically, and emotionally. So, next top tip. Think about something else. And if you've had a very, very academic, very brain, very thinking, very busy, very stimulating kind of day or environment, then find yourself in the opposite position. Is there something repetitive you would like to do that's calming? Can you dig the garden? Can you clean? Can you read? Can you tidy up? Can you crochet? Can you meditate? Think about the exact opposite and then try and do that. What fits you best? Now, another way to calm down a busy brain is to speak to yourself kindly and to speak to yourself calmly and to not feed the rapidity. So if you can't sleep, one of the loveliest things I say is, Well, I'll not worry about that now because I'll be in a very deep, lovely sleep very soon. I'll be asleep very soon. And that's just a gentle nudge forward, and I'll have a lovely day tomorrow. And I'm very grateful for today and that you can go through the blessings of the day. That's really something profound to do, to calm your brain down because you're shifting gear. Always remember you are the manager of your mind and the leader of your life. So you manage what goes on in here. You allow what goes in. You decide what's not going in and what will be allowed to stay. And if you're ruminating, the biggest tip I have is to be aware. Be aware that you're ruminating. Be aware that you're going over things again and again. And that's perfectly natural because what a lot of very good people do is analyze it because they're trying to find what they would do differently next time. They're trying to see if there are any lessons. They're trying to see if they could have done, just one thing differently. But also sometimes you have to let it go and put it down. And that is a decision. So you make a decision to calm it down as well as doing practical things. The other couple of things I would suggest also is that you maybe talk to somebody else or you watch something frivolous or you read something fun. What would just give you a hit of joy? What would help somebody else? And how would that feel then? So it's a very proactive effort. And finally, if you are busy-brained and it's running, write it out. I love the thought of just getting it out. Lots of people would suggest something like a worry journal that you put all your bad thoughts in and then tear it up. But I like the idea of a blessings journal. So write out the difficult stuff, get rid of it, then write a list of all the blessings of the day. And that is changing the gear, but it's also changing the tone from one of angst to one of appreciation. And that in itself is a very powerful thing. So I wish you well, my friends, with managing your busy brains. And the other thing is, if it's busy, there are blessings in that. So these things are not to be denigrating yourself with or castigating other people. It's about managing what you have as well as you can with as much joy, integrity, and hope as possible. So let me know which one of your tips and which one of mine you think it would be most helpful. All comments are gratefully received. And it's lovely to be with you. And we'll see you in the next video. I'm Dr. Rebecca, the Lifejoy coach and author, and it's been lovely to be with you. Take care, God bless, be safe.